thing is becoming useful.
Very cool.
Yeah. Along the way. I'll start talking about concentration and insight. Generally, it will take many more days, so I have to be brief and say what is more relevant. First, we need to clarify certain things in case when I use these words there will be some misconceptions. This thing called samatha and vipassana. First we talk samatha. Samatha means tranquil.
Sorry?
Tranquil. It is an adjective. Samadhi is noun, which is often translated as concentration. Then there's the thing called samadhi and samatha meditation. Samatha meditation means meditation which involves many processes and training to build up concentration, to build up samadhi. Yes. Samadhi translated as concentration is not wrong.
Not enough.
But not complete. What normally implied when we use the word concentration, we call it ekagata, one-pointedness, or we say developed one-pointedness. Okay? Whether when you talk of vipassana meditation, we say vipassana bhavana. Bhavana means cultivate, development. Practices and processes which one undergoes to develop insight. The insight, as we have spoken before in this meditation, not just any type of wisdom. Yeah? And the word vipassana itself refers to insight. Which I have mentioned before to some extent, and hopefully I will say a bit more. Either later tonight or tomorrow. Now, wisdom and concentration or one-pointedness are mental factors. They are states of mind. When you talk of meditation, they refer to processes, many things, which involves many states of mind. And so when you are doing samatha meditation, there will also occur the wisdom faculty and, of course, concentration. When you practice vipassana meditation, you also develop concentration and, hopefully, in not too long a time, insight. Yeah. But there are differences because then the objects used are different. And so the results are also different. And when you talk of wisdom faculty in samatha meditation, it's not the same as the wisdom that you get in vipassana meditation. Because the objects differ. What do you understand about in samatha? What do you understand about in vipassana? There can be understanding in both ways, two things, in both. But the understanding of the object. You understand? You understand? So what are you understanding of what object? Of what I'm trying to say.
The object with samatha is the breath.
Samatha object is a concept.
The breath is the concept. But your perception of it is the
Breath
concept.
is a concept.
What?
The breath is a concept.
Yeah, but you can feel the breath.
The feeling is not a concept.
So experience.
What is the breath?
The breath is only a tool.
What would you? How would you define the breath?
It's a tool we use so that we can.
I'm not asking you what is it used for, how is it used. I'm asking what do you mean when you say the word breath?
Breath is life.
Breath is not life.
In and out.
The air that goes in the lungs and come out of the lungs as you expand the lungs with your muscles as you contract. That is the breath. Those are concerning with parts of the body and processes with the body, not something of direct experience without concepts.
Say that again?
Not something you experience with directly, free from concepts.
Then wait a minute. If you hold your breath, or if somebody holds your breath, you definitely experience it. Like if someone covers your nose and your mouth,
Yes.
the lack of breath.
Lack of breath is not breath.
No, but the thing is once they let go,
Let go.
you have to breathe in.
Yes, but you don't experience the breath. You experience the
lack
coolness, and the warmth and the lightness that touches your mind.
But
breath is an object.
Yes, but it's a conceptual object.
Yes, well, that's what I was saying. Breath in shamatha. Breath isn't the object. It's only a tool you use.
That's why I will come to the point is the vipassana object. What is the vipassana object? Oh, reality. What is the reality? Actually, I've said this before. I don't know whether you were around. So let me continue first. Now let's talk of samatha. Okay. Samatha meditation, as I said, involves many processes and many training to build up that concentration. But concentration, I say, is English word. To build up samadhi, right tranquility, or right concentration. What do they mean by samadhi? Samadhi, as we've seen, on three aspects, one following the other. First, it is samadhi, which means tranquility. Is tranquility and concentration the same thing?
No.
No, it is not. Here, tranquility emphasizes samadhi on the first, samadhi on the first level as tranquility free from mental defilements.
From what?
Mental defilements, like three unwholesome groups. Craving can be joyful but intense, excited. Anger, of course, you know, it is not tranquil. Delusion is just muddled. It's not something very peaceful about that. In fact, they are opposite of being peaceful. Yes? So first is tranquil because they are not this down end states around. There's this tranquility because there are wholesome states around. Beautiful mental states like lightness, flexibility, versatility, peacefulness, clarity, all these beautiful states around. Therefore, when these are there, there's this certain peace of mind. Only that if you keep it long enough, it becomes stronger and stronger. Stronger in two ways. One, because you concentrate it. The other, because it becomes powerful and habitual to continuity. The main thing about this thing called samadhi, first it keeps away these unwholesome states. Effectively. If the samadhi is not strong, it keeps away but may not be so efficient. But it becomes strong, then it keeps it back more effectively and for longer periods of time. Right? Because no use concentrating on mind when it is not clear and peaceful and so on. You just concentrate things like tension.
Give a headache.
I found something worse than when you started. Some people concentrate on a lot of things, no? Like hunters. I hope there are no hunters here. You know, people hunting, like in Malaysia, people like to hunt wild boars, wild pigs. They're so obsessed with hunting that sometimes they shoot their friends. Why? Because they see their friend as a pig.
Imagine.
Because they're not always thinking they're pig. So when something moves, pig, they're pig. Actually, it's their friend.
Happens here too.
Yes, it happens every day.
So that is concentration, but it's not healthy concentration. So that's why when you practice this aspect of samadhi, must first be emphasized. That's why I meditate. When you concentrate, I always make sure that you know what mindfulness is first. Otherwise, you just keep pushing yourself and you end up in wrong concentration. Then after, when this condition is satisfied, samadhi comes about through this, what normally say, concentration. As I say, concentration comes about because the main thing about concentration is ability to put aside these defilements. And one not normal way understood is to concentrate to an object, or at least a set of objects. So in this second definition of mental state, it is one-pointedness. One-pointedness means a fixedness of the mind to the object. Just like you take a nail and hit it, Not on your head, of course, on a piece of wood. Now the head, when the nail and pierces the wood, it stays there firmly. It does not move. Now, what is this? Who's the wood?
Hammer?
I don't mean that, I mean figuratively.
Force. Energy or force?
Mental force. The wood is the object. The nail is the consciousness.
Ah,
Yeah? Okay.
And what is consciousness?
The nail. Consciousness is fixed to the object. Now the nature of fixedness is one-pointedness. That mental state that is responsible for concentration. The main factor is responsible for concentration. Is that clear? No. Now what is important is this force. As long as there's a mind, consciousness, as long as the object, there will be some degree of one-pointedness. No matter how strong it is, you may not call fixedness, that's what we mean by one-pointedness. Suppose I put this. Anyway, even for a moment it stays there. It stays there for one moment. There's some we call fixedness. We don't call it fixedness, some stability. It is weak. We say that the fixedness is weak. Right? So what do you call it if you don't call it fixedness?
Steady.
Huh?
If it's not fixedness, then it can be unstable.
Unstable. Only stability is weak. And it's unstable. So unstable is weak ekagata. Weak one-pointedness. This is what's the word? Now what causes this, the force that keeps it, to make it fixed, we call the jhana factors. Factors of concentration, absorption. In vitakka, initial application, the mental force that first lifts up to bring the mind to the object. The first lifting, bringing consciousness to the object. Then after that, the second vitakka, sustained application. Once it leaves and brings it to the object, it keeps it there. This one. I'm doing so. Sustained application. First you bring the mindfulness to your rising and falling. After that you keep it rising and falling. First is like arousing and directing. Second thing is sustaining. But you must be mindfulness, not otherwise. Then third is piti, as we say, the joy. Because you see, when this thing goes on and on, there's some kind of rhythm and momentum comes out, and so there's a cyclic wave. It's like you say, Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Mani. After that you get into it, no? Then you feel happy. Of course, the thing is something that that can bring out a certain type of concentration. Like for example, in the tribes of Borneo, where they have been converted to become Catholics, they also have something like this. So, but instead they use, because the Malay word, thank the Lord in the Malay language, which is terima kasih Tuhan. Terima kasih means thank you. Terima means to receive. Kasih is love. So the Malay word thank you means I receive your love. Which means thank you. Tuhan means God. Okay? So the first, terima kasih Tuhan, 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 terima kasih Tuhan. No, it rolls. And so they have a big group that goes, and then they go to a frenzy, and they start speaking tongues or something like that. So they go to a kind of concentration, built upon their faith in God. Okay? So that's how concentration goes. Because when joy arises, it just flies. It becomes very strong, spontaneous, automatic. After that, but no, the thing is, you're not careful here, and you don't proceed, and you wish to proceed one step further, then you think of sukha comes in. Sukha is happiness. Happiness in the sense of being very satisfied. In the sense of being blissful. It's a kind of feeling. It's something very close to the object. This is a very subtle, deep form of happiness that comes after joy, when you become more softer, more concentrated, and then it settles down into a more quiet and peaceful state. We just pity, the joy just coming up and down like that, oscillating, we cannot reach the other part. So to be more fixed is to be more refined and more subtle. And finally, when it's really so blissfully close to object, the fixation takes place. The unification between the mind and object. When the subject-object relationship is no longer obvious. Like subject becomes object, object becomes subject, like a fusion. And that's where, when the fusion is complete, then we call it jhana. But not all type of objects bring you to jhana. Jhana is when the concentration is very fixed, very strong. It's like you can see the mind object being locked in. It doesn't move anymore. The mind turns into a completely different level. It's that you are no longer aware anymore.
So the other sense organs.
All cut. Even the thinking about subject-object is cut. So it's like one going to a state deeper than deep sleep. So it's a very deep state and very strong. But this has again has different levels. It has to be developed. It can be developed further. This is samatha concentration. Take for example, we say the breath. The breath, in, out, in, out. What do you feel actually when you concentrate on the breath? You feel the air going in, air going out, and so on. But when you do samatha concentration, you just fix it at the point of contact and it comes in and out, comes in and out. And after a while you find what they call the anapana nimitta arises. The sign of concentration arises. It is a conceptual object built when you're watching the breath. It's no longer the breath, but you know it is the breath itself in a different way. So often people feel it like a feather. And sometimes like a light, sometimes like a piece of wood moving up and down in his nose. It's almost visual. could even be visual, but not necessary. When I first was playing Anapanasati, to me it was a circle with many lines connected to the center. The lines were very fine and very bright. And when I concentrate, the center goes up and down like that. But to me, it appeared like that. To another, for example, he was concentrating on the breath. Up to a point that he felt that the breath was like a spider's web that was moving. Then the spider web became still, and the consciousness flew in very fast. It entered the spider web, and the spider web ran all around the consciousness, and he became unconscious. This is one example of actual samatha meditation. The thing that flying into it is the consciousness. And the spider web is the nimitta, the breath. Samatha is like that. Before you get the actual samatha object, the nimitta, the sign, it is not true samatha yet. It's we call preliminary concentration. And this preliminary concentration, it shares certain objects. The objects are being shared with vipassana itself. So vipassana at this point is also not really vipassana. It is still the no man's land. Neither here nor there, or both here and there. But what differentiates the vipassana is the vipassana object being clear. And the samatha object being clear, conceptual object of breath, and the vipassana object, mind or body qualities as ultimate realities. But before that, there's a sharing of object. But what differentiates it is the way that you're doing it. How are you watching the breath? Are you watching the breath in the vipassana way or the samatha way? Samatha way is you just breathe and it becomes more and more subtle and more peaceful. And you can walk by, oh, so nice, and little butterfly here, but no still flipping, flippity. So soft. And the butterfly stop flipping, it just resting there. Glowing, so pretty. It enters into the butterfly. And this is just an example, it can actually be something like that. So samatha, when the butterfly starts coming out, then nimitta of the breath arises. And so that is where clear line that it is samatha. Okay? I'm talking about Theravada meditation. Tibetan, I don't know what they do, so I'm not. I have nothing to do with it.
Pretty much the same. Pretty much the same.
It's really the same. Then after that, in the vipassana, it's different. Vipassana, when you watch breath, for example, you watch the sensations, the elements. You feel warm and cold. It's the fire element. You feel the lightness, pressure. It's the wind element. No, it's the earth element. Wind element is in case you have some tension. When you have some cold or what, and some tension, irritation, unpleasant feeling. Those are vipassana objects. Itchy. What is that? It's the fire element. Most could be the earth element. So generally, when you watch it in the vipassana object, just seeing a bit fast, a bit slow, it's not good enough for vipassana object. the characteristics are not clear enough. You must be clear enough so that you can see breathe in and out. Oh, many things are happening here. Whose pimples, for example. You can feel as if you can feel every strand of your mustache. So when you watch in that way, the sensations are very clear and clearly changing, then you are more clear it's moving with some certainty to the vipassana object. Does that answer clear? So up to a point when you see the vipassana object clear, or this heat element is very clear, and at that when you see the characteristic of the elements very clear, ordinarities, then it comes to a point that it is very clear that there's only nama. There's only the mind watching the consciousness and mindful consciousness watching the object, and the object is the heat element or the earth element or the wind element. At that point, there's no question of I or you. It's too obvious. So there is this clear, extremely clear experience. And then that is the first insight knowledge that comes from nama rupa paracedana. At that point, you can be certain that it is vipassana meditation. Because that is vipassana. It's insight. Before that, you are doing accordingly, faithfully to the instructions of how to watch the object and what object to watch. You are progressing with certain certainty to the vipassana.
So the breath, in either case, the sensation